Yo, guys, welcome to the Boneyard podcast. This week we have one of our own regiment members, Rooster. He is a big boner. He is in the officers, and we have a very common guest, Legendary. You guys should know this clown by now. He likes to clown. Yeah, so welcome in, guys. Today we're doing a war review on War 126. God damn, was I happy to finish that fucking thing last night. Whew, that was a long one, boys.
That is
So,
a good one.
welcome in, boys. If you guys want to introduce your guys' self in any other way other than I did, be my guest. No?
Rooster, you first.
That's
Tell the
pretty
world.
much it. Yeah. I'm fairly new to the officer section, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I've been on bone for a little bit, split here and there, but I'm back to stay here for good.
Yep.
Yeah, sounds good. Hello, HL Legendary. Guys probably see me in your YouTube feed. Ha ha ha! I haven't corrupted your YouTube Shorts feed. It's great. Although I've been seeing a lot of Bear Shorts these last couple weeks. He's been juicing that YouTube algorithm.
Trying.
But yeah, from my side, I'm a War 126 survivor because god damn was it a fucking long war. And yeah, I was on the west side, and I think you guys were on the east side, so we're kind of opposite sides of the map, and did a little bit of touching in the middle, but just a small amount. It's just a small amount.
Just tips.
So it'll be good introspection to see how this all went, and just general yapping about it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the first thing I want to ask you guys, did you guys enjoy War 126? That's the big question I have for a lot of people.
I loved it. Don't get me wrong, it was kind of long, but it was nice because you got to see, it being the longer war. I mean, heck, we almost beat out Charlie Shard for longest war on Foxhole ever. Um, but it was nice because you got to see kind of like the burnout and then the resurgence at the end. It was almost like a refresh, if you will. So it was kind of nice. It added a little bit more of a dynamic this time around, I think.
From my side, I enjoyed like a decent 70 to 80% of the war, but I must say the last 20% that was really just cleanup and grinding because stuff just took a while to finish off was quite monotonous. But again, just take that with a grain of salt from logistics main players, frontline main players. So having a long logi line of 4 to 5 hexes and sitting on a train for 2 hours to take one train load of resources kind of wears thin for if you do it for like 2 to 3 weeks. So yeah, like the first half where we were fighting on our side of the map, pretty fun, pretty enjoyable, nice with some of the new weapon balances. But the last bit was just we were struggling. Even our large regiment, we were kind of struggling to get people to get in trains. We were struggling to get people in trucks, just because it was the war was just long, and we had to keep going, and we had to keep supplying Sol. So yeah, it's a bit rough at the end, but like I said, 70-80% very enjoyable. I really like the weapon balances this war. There's a couple of things that are now stronger, a couple of things that are weaker, but yeah, guess we'll talk about those.
Yeah, from my personal standpoint, being kind of a Bone is a tanking regiment, but we're more than just that. A lot of us really enjoy the LARPing and engineering on the fronts, and that to me, this war. Me and Legendary talked about this in Dev Branch, and Rooster and I planned a lot and did a lot of experimenting in Dev Branch as well. We kind of went into this war with an engineering mindset. Whenever we take a place with our tanks, we want to dig in. We don't want to sit there and not build up our gains. And that's something Bone really did. And I think, I think I had more fun this war because I wasn't so worried about big picture, I really got to focus in on what can I do in this battle, this area. And what was so cool about that is engineering this war, when you get one piece up or one section up, you really feel the pressure release. You feel when you get something built, it's cool. It makes you feel strong. It makes you feel good. And especially when your defense holds, the LARP was just really cool this war. I guess that if I was going to say I really enjoyed it because of that aspect. Engineering was a lot more in depth and a lot more I wouldn't say balanced. There's some things that I think are kind of bullshit, and that's why the war went so long. And I think the devs realized that going into next war. I think Arty spam was way down this war. I mean, it was there, but Arty spam was way down, and I think that's what really took the toll in time this war is that Arty spam is just not there anymore. You're not getting concrete bases pummeled by 150s and 120s all day long. Howitzers, goddamn, they were fecal bitches. That's the best way I'll put it. But I'll stick back to the topic. I enjoyed it, and I'm glad you guys enjoyed most of your war. Good percentage. Now I guess the biggest thing is and I guess I'll ask this as a two-part question. We'll answer one, and then we'll go in and get the next. What did you guys not enjoy about this war? And I know this can be a lengthy answer here, but what were you guys really struggling with and things that were making you a little frustrated with this war exactly?
I'll go first.
Yeah, so give me a second. I gotta get my thoughts together on that one.
As much as we enjoyed having them, playing against them was absolute dog shit, and that was 300 ball. 300 ball was so rough. You just had a nice sort of breakdown of what was cool about combat engineering, and I would say I agree with everything until an RSC or a storm cannon starts shooting. Because man, once an RSC or storm cannon starts pummeling your push bunker, it is just dead. There is nothing you can do. Like, we saw that near the end of the war. We did that near the end of the war. I'm not gonna sit here and be a hypocrite and say, oh, I didn't enjoy it. Like, I was on the RSC when we set Callum's Keep. The Wardens tried to get push bunkers built up to attack our artillery lines and our SPGs. They fucking couldn't, because we suppressed the hell out of all of Callum's Keep without RSC, and they couldn't do anything against us except try and yeet a tank in to try and kill it, and that didn't work. So I would say 300 mil definitely needed some nerfs, definitely needed some changes, and it's interesting that the devs have started experimenting with that. We'll see where the dev branch changes for RSCs and 300 mil lands. But I will say the roughest part is any form of ground that you were taking. You're like, when you build like a decent push, like a push momentum, right? You have like 2 or 3 bunkers in a row. They're all relatively well stocked. The front bunker, maybe a little bit of oversupply, and then you're about to break an entrenched position, and then bam, storm cannon 300 mil starts landing, and then your front bunker dies, and you're like, fuck, spawned at the one behind it, and that dies, and then the one behind that, and then that one dies, and the last one is just like 200 players spawning in one tier 1, and it's just dead. There's no stopping it, and all the ground is gone, and then the wardens or the opposing side builds on whatever they took. And it was great for engineering. It's great to build all that shit, but man, it kind of felt like old war, but regular artillery, but being replaced with 300 mil. It's like, when you build your previous bunkers, you felt the same thing. 120s, 150s started landing, you're like, fuck, this base is fucked. We have to go to the previous base. But this war, it was just 300. But unlike previous wars, we had a chance of out-hammering artillery. It's basically RSCs and SCs were GG cannons. They would just, it's game over, GG, move on. And that's that was the worst for me. It's like whenever we got anywhere, dude, I won't even tell you how many fucking push bunkers we lost trying to take slip chain because the moment we got close to that slip chain bridge, the stupid storm cannons from House Color started firing and just deleted everything. Or they would bring a rail storm cannon in and delete us. It was rough. Yeah. So glad 300 was getting a bit of a nerf because it was rough. It was rough to play against it. But it was also fun to play with it because, haha, they're building push bunkers. Fuck you, 300 mil, delete. Yeah. As of me, yeah, 300 mil, that sucked.
So what'd you not like?
I don't know about 300 mil. With the 300 thing. If correct me if I'm wrong, we don't do anything with 300 mil very much with Bone because we're not super big yet. People wise,
what's Logi, dude? What's a fucking facility? We live on the front, baby. What the hell is that?
The dispersion on 300 mil, is that smaller than regular artillery? I know with some it's like pinpoint, especially coming from the large ships, which I'll get into. I hate large ships. But is the 300 mil dispersion, is that like kind of pinpoint?
I think it's like 80 meters, right? Max distance?
No, it's 50 meters. It's 50 meters. I think it's 50 meters at min range, and it's like 80 meters at mac range. It's not that pinpoint accurate. It's like nothing. It's nothing compared to like a frigate hitting you or a destroyer hitting you. It's nothing like that. But the problem is the AOE is massive.
Yeah,
it is massive. So the dispersion is kind of to your advantage because if a 300 mil lands within a certain radius, it just deletes. It makes it. First of all, always makes a crater. Always makes a crater, and it always just flattens everything near it. And it does 3,000 damage. So one 300 mil round does the same amount of damage as if you adjust for numbers like 4 to 5 150 rounds. So and that's one shell.
They fuck.
That is a lot.
And if you hit a ship,
hey, maybe we should do a storm cannon next war.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
I think the part that I really disliked, and it's more or less you just got to get people to do it. The Navy side of it, especially fighting on the East Coast. Warden Navy loves pummeling everything we have on that shoreline.
God damn.
And then our Navy.
God damn that place. God damn that fucking that border base. That fucking bullshit in Briar. I can't tell you how many times we smashed our head into the same fucking wall, and the thing is, we couldn't go partisan the bridge. We couldn't go fucking shoot the bridge. We never got a big boat, and we were too lazy to make a big boat to go kill that bridge. And time again, I can't tell you how many frigates came and fucked our day.
Hell, with Callum's Descent, we were trying to get people to go wait for the frigate to poke in, or even at Briar. Right, we had people they could have pulled back. We had people that could have defended them if they got close to the shore, but nobody wanted to take a large ship out and just absolutely shit on a frigate that was coming up and killing our push. I know we took Callum's Descent, I think 2, maybe 3 times, and actually tapped it, but they just couldn't get a foothold because they essentially had their own Pearl Harbor in that bay on the other side of the bridge. Because I know at one point, I think it was UBGE did a little scouting mission. It was like 7 frigs. They had a battleship there at one point, 3 long hooks, a Naki. But that was like, and a dry dock. I mean, sneak a sub in there when the sea mines go away and just kill the dry dock, and they can't repair there. So, but
yeah,
just couldn't get large ships to do anything on our side.
And we couldn't build up a storm cannon either. That was the other issue. Is
yeah. I was gonna say I was gonna agree now that you say it. When we did manage to push past Bonehaft, we had daily frigs show up from Morgan's Crossing as well. If I'm gonna be honest, it's man. I guess the frigate has the same problem as 300 mil. It is just bunker based deleter 9000 in situations like that.
Well, and the thing is, I didn't mean to get, but like the thing is, like even traditional RD. Like, all it has to do is back up a little bit in its little bay, repair, bucket, and then it comes right back. And it's just so fucking annoying trying to get any push when they have full range just to pound you. Like, oh my god, dude. Talk about frustration. Like, and there was just nothing we could do. We had like an Ares BTs. We had like the Juice de la Juice. a tank line pushing up, and we just fuck you, bud. We're just gonna pound you. Here's your 120s. Here's that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're trapped.
Yeah.
Here you go. We're gonna kill your fucking BT now. I think UBGE lost 2 BTDs to a battleship because they got tracked and just fucking pounded with 150s. And it's like,
I honestly,
what
I
can you
think
fucking
the
do?
dispersion on large ships needs to be reworked. Yeah.
They can't though.
Speaking from
then what's the
Can't do it. Sorry to say this, you can't do it. And the reason why I say it is get in a large ship and fire the gun. If you have any sort of spread, the gun is ass. They actually, unfortunately, they just need it. If anything, they need to add like a low velocity modifier that ramps up over time, or barrel heating on large ships.
Okay, so I will say I did
That's
talk
not bad.
about
Yes.
this last week. One thing I think would be really cool, especially on storm cannons and even large ships, like with weapon heating, there's 2 things I would like to add to that weapon heating mechanic. One, I think it'd be really cool if you could have like a fire truck for a storm cannon or a railstorm cannon help cool it down to a certain percentage. But that's LARP, whatever. But B, I think something that'd be really cool on a large ship, because with a storm cannon, I think it should stop once it's hot. But with a large ship, I think something that could be really cool, and you kind of winked on it and you said low velocity. I don't like low velocity. I think the more red hot your barrels get, because in real life, when your barrel gets hot, what happens? You get more inaccurate. With a large ship, the more you shoot, the more you send it, the more red hot your barrels are, you should get more inaccurate. And I think to combat that, the crew should be able to like bucket water and throw it on the barrels, or whatever. There's stories from back in the day, when your barrel was hot, you piss on the barrel. The whole arty crew, like, obviously we're not gonna flash the fucking game, but having a barrel cooling system would be cool. But also, like, I think that would be really nice mechanic for large ships to be laser accurate, but in controlled bursts. I think if they're firing on a segment for so long, if they're killing a bunker, it's not going to really matter. But if they're trying to pinpoint vehicles, or they're trying to, pinpoint one thing for so long, they should get, the hotter the barrel, the more inconsistent the shot. The dispersion up to a certain degree. So, like, right now it's pinpoint. Let's say if you get to, like, a couple stages of red hot, if you got to, like, the max red hot, let's say at worst the boat could get to like maybe 20 meters dispersion on the guns. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but for a ship, that's the difference between hitting howitzers and hitting what you want. That could make a difference. And I think something like that mechanic might be decent for that. I think that could work. Something they might want to experiment with later on down the road.
I don't disagree with any of that. I guess my thought process with it is small area of expertise. That's the wrong side. That's Navy. Right. Yeah, I'm on submarines, but destroyers are not meant for land assaults. Like their job is not to pummel land. That's a battleship's job if you're going historically. Frigates and destroyers are meant for naval combat and defense, right? Battleships send it, but I mean, shooting artillery from a floating boat that's shaking, your dispersion is going to be absolute dog shit 95% of the time. But I know it's a game, but I know they're trying to go as real as humanly possible, right? Destroyers should be strict naval combat and defense. Like stop long hooks landings, things like that. Direct fire, big ships. I feel like that actually might get them closer to the beach and naval landings that they're wanting. And then battleship, if their dispersion's a little bit bigger, that'll help with actually softening the defenses for a naval landing on a beach. Definitely a lot of routes that they could take with it, but I do like the barrel heating for large ships. That would actually be really nice. I
think the only problem with that, the notion of like destroyers and frigates need to be strictly naval based is the problem that comes with it is every weapon in Foxhole needs to have some utility outside of its intended use as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of like this. It's kind of like Spathers are, strictly speaking, really well designed for fighting other tanks, but they also fuck up bunker bases. And in a pinch, you can turn a 68mm gun against a building. You shouldn't, but you can. And I think that's the only problem with it comes with frigate and destroyers is you really have something that is a massive resource sink and a massive time sink to field. Like you don't just go out in a destroyer. It takes you at least an hour to prep, an hour to get to your destination, an hour to get through a queue, and then an hour to fight.
That's if they're fast.
Yeah, and that is yeah. So it's so if you get there and you're like, cool, it took me 3 hours to get my frigate into the fingers, and then there is nothing that my ship can do, then what's the point of bringing it unless you're doing the whole naval landing thing? So I know it's not going for realism, but we have to aspire to the idea that frigates and destroyers need to be able to do something other than fighting frigates and destroyers, or else what's the point of making them? Now, what I would say though, what would be really nice is if they made anti-submarine combat a little bit better. Because I was really hoping, I'll be genuine, I was really hoping with this update 62 that the devs would finally do something against large holes. I was secretly hoping like all the like complaining about 300 bull being too OP would have some nerfs see to it, but the real nerf I was really hoping for, or not really a nerf, but maybe a massive change, would be like, please make, large hole combat a little bit more engaging other than, okay, we're fucked, close the door.
I want to add in on this, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm not a naval expert in the game, and sure as shit, not in real life. But from what I do know in real life is a fucking hole in the boat, you can patch it and still be very combat effective. Real life boats have been hit by torpedoes and fought and won still from that stance. I think it is the most dumb fucking mechanic that you put however many metal beams into a fucking hole and it still fills up the fucking the room.
Yes.
It's like it's not even fucking worth putting the fucking metal beams and just shut the fucking doors and you're fucking sealed off from the room. And I hate that fucking mechanic. It's the dumbest thing ever.
Dude. And on top of that, can I just add to that? 100%, I just want to add to that. Not being able to anchor.
It makes no fucking sense.
Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And actual Mr. Naval Rooster God, can you drop an anchor when your ship has a hole? IRL. Is that a thing that you could do? That's the number one thing you do, no?
The large hole thing, that's
it's
ridiculous.
Dumb. It's so fucking dumb. And the thing is, like, we had gotten torped in a boat, and, like, Chamberlain even does more shit than me, and he didn't know that when you fucking patch the metal beams in the hole, it does nothing. Like, you can't out-bucket it. It's like the hole was never fucking patched in the first place. And he was like, are you shitting
The only
me?
way you out-bucket it is with, like, 30 dudes.
Even then, there's not enough room to get 30 dudes in there to bucket the fucking... Like, it's just... It comes in too fast and you can't out-bucket it. And you can't... It's... We're beating a dead horse, but goddamn is that an annoying mechanic. And don't get me wrong, I want subs to feel good, but they already do. Like, when you get hit with a torp, it's a fuckload of damage on your boat, smokestack-wise.
That's perfectly fine. I actually have no problem with the torpedoes.
And that's good. I think that's good.
I think that's fine. My problem is, as we've just explained, is the fact that you get hit by a large hole,
you're done.
Your op is over.
It's over.
It's done. And that's the same. And I feel sorry for Wardens this war because they felt it with the Finger Blaster and the Origin Storm Cannons, which didn't get named because they didn't really get to fire them that much. But they felt it this war. They know now what it feels like. Like, oh, cool, I'm going to bring in my long hook to do a naval invasion. Bam, 300 bull lands next to you, large hole. Oh, I can't anchor now. What is this mechanic? I don't know what this is. I guess we have to go back to the dry dock. Time to border hop for another 3 fucking hours. It sucks. And here's the thing, and I want to go on record, because a lot of people have been calling me like, oh, legendary, the Cope poster. He keeps ranting on about like, large holes. I just want to point out that when the large hole mechanic was added to the game on day one of dev branch, I gave feedback to the devs, both on FOD and on Reddit, saying that it's dog shit, and I just shared a link. This was day one of the dev branch that we tested this shit out, or day one when we were able to do magic boxes. Okay, slight correction.
Bad Logi,
Day one,
you
I said
waited
that
for
the
magic
Marshall was dog
boxes.
shit.
You waited for bad Logi. Get him out of here.
Of course. For making large chips, I'm not gonna screw up rare alloys on dev branch. Are you crazy?
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Anyway,
Fuck that.
but still, day one I said this is horseshit, and obviously all the wardens are like, yeah, but that's because we have an attack sub and you guys have a cruiser sub, so therefore this is to our advantage. Cope. They've been saying it's torpedo large holes has been cope for 2 fucking years, and now we finally have a way to make a large hole using an emplaced gun or a rail gun.
Dude, stop. It's
And now
just
all of a sudden,
bro.
wait, there's actually
Our
a problem.
sub is just as good as theirs, dude. You're coping, buddy. Quit crying. Go back to the dry dock, scrub. Yeah. Oh my god. Dude. Well, and this is something I really found funny, and I got ridiculed for this as well. I've said there's no counter to the word Navy right now. And I mean, we said it in the podcast. I had you on my podcast. I said we need a naval defense weapon, and watch how fast the tide will turn. It's fucking insane when they can't. I'm not going to call it abuse because they're doing what they need to do. They're exploiting their strength to our weakness. It's smart. It's war.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now that we have gotten a point to where we can repel that strength, look what happened.
They fold.
I mean, it's fucking insane when you sit there and look at how much they put into their Navy, and why wouldn't they? It fucking worked for wars on end. When that doesn't happen and the meta changes, how bad that was for them. That learning curve that they just had with large holes, what you just said, it's so insane to watch how much that changed. Like Endless Shore, we've talked about the importance of Endless Shore how many times? Goddamn. When you hold Endless Shore, what happens? When they couldn't do naval invasions into Reavers and Endless Shore because of the Finger Blaster, oh my god. They have an advantage at Saltbrook, and they still couldn't hold it. That's insane.
The advantage of, guys, we just wait until the collies burn out after 3 weeks, and then we do a big naval invasion and we win. That strategy doesn't work because it can now be countered by maintenance supplies. Literally fucking maintenance supplies. Because I built a storm cannon on, day 3 of tier 2, and I just put 32,000 M subs on it every week. That is that's an easy task for me, as opposed to, okay, I'm gonna make a trident and I'm gonna make a dry dock and I'm gonna make a facility, blah, blah, blah. All that shit's complicated and annoying, and it all comes down to whether or not I can get people online. But now I can get 3, 4, 5 guys in a storm cannon with next to an M sub double with 32k fucking M subs in it. Easy game. And yeah, like you said, Reavers unassailable this war. Fingers unassailable. No free fingers, no free Reavers. The funny flank strategy doesn't work anymore. And on top of that, Origin didn't see a single real big invasion at all. We got a couple of partisan ships showed up. I think we had like 3 frigates and like 4 Nakis and like 2 long hooks the entire war come and attack us. But as soon as they go past the rail bridge, we locked it behind them, and they got blasted by the double Origin cannons, the twin cannons south of Origin. And they felt it, and they were like, oh shit, we can't anchor our ship and fight now because, oh wait, large hole makes us unanchorable. Oops.
Well, and the thing is, like, I do get the warden's point of view. Like, I'm not going to sit there and say, like, it's a one-sided affair. We do have a submarine. Like, it's not... I still don't think our sub is as good as theirs at putting large holes in ships. I don't think that's the intent of our boat, is to just put large holes in ships. Even though that's what we want it to be, it's not. I think ours is way more use case for partisanship, for getting deep into enemy line, cutting, as lame as it is, cutting Logi, putting the 120 on shit that is out in the open for free kill, and if it does get a chance to put a large hole in a ship. It's too big, and it's really hard to maneuver in the canals that are in the game. That doesn't make it not hard for the wardens. Their ships, half the size, but they still have to, be good. They have, for their submarine, they have to be good to put large holes in ships. Our DD is honestly, I think, a better sub hunter than their frigate, in my opinion, because of the sonar alone. If you put a large hole in their fucking sonar room, they're blind to where your sub is. We always have sonar on our boat. It's top deck. We do have a better sub hunter, in my opinion, with a DD. That being said, I do think they are getting a taste because they do have the better attack submarine. Exactly what you said. They're getting a taste of what it is like to deal with large holes deep in enemy lines. It's stressful as fuck. Yep. It's not even just stressful. It's unfun. It's not fun.
It's unfun. There you go. That's the word. That's the magic word. I agree. The moment you said unfun, I love it. That's my biggest litmus test for Foxhole is I don't actually give a fuck about game balance. Numbers can always be tweaked.
You heard it first. He does not care. Bring back the Flask.
I don't care about the balance. It needs to be fun. That's the number reason. But you say Flask, but we hate the Flask because why? Not because the Flask did so much damage. It's because the Flask's unfun. It had 100% track rate. It's an unfun weapon to play against, and it's an unfun weapon to use.
I agree. I'm just pushing but I do agree, and I think Rooster and I have these conversations. Goddamn, like daily, fucking. All the time. And it's not just code, dude. It's not fun. And you're right. It's really not. It's not fun, to deal with that. And wow. Hey, just to show you guys the starting conditions for War 127. There's the starting conditions for that. That's fucking funky.
Don't tell me it's like an east-west diagonal.
No, it's a north-south, but it's fucking funky. It's really weird. Like, we can own part of Stiltkin. They can own part of Westgate. King's Cage is funky, but so is Claw. That's just a fucking that's a weird one. That's a weird starting condition. We'll figure it out. Anyway, I do think, though, this isn't like a general podcast, but it is a war review. And I think as much as storm cannons need to be tuned, I don't think it's necessarily the storm cannon needs to be tuned even. Other than the PvE on ground. I don't think the anti-ship mechanic's bad, putting large holes in ships. What I do think, though, is I agree with you guys more than ever. The large ship mechanic, or large hole ship mechanic, needs to be adjusted. It's borderline. It's not fun, first of all, but it's borderline unfair. It puts such an advantage on the attacker. It's just ridiculous. And
well, you mean for the defender in terms of naval evade? Oh, or do you mean like attacker in BVP, in like naval versus naval?
PvP. Yeah, naval versus naval.
Okay.
It just puts the ball in their court. What's that?
Those are wonky starting conditions.
Yeah, it was really weird. It's definitely
crazy.
Funky.
Although I will say, my house is completely green. Endless Shore. That's my baby right
there, dude. Goddamn, we opened up a coffee shop right next to the town hall, dude.
Hell, the last day we hopped on to get in the Aries and go over and fight for Brody. I put a hard stop on it because I saw they popped. What's the island called?
Tuatha
Watch Post. Tuatha Watch Post. I saw they popped it and they took a long hook and was making an assault on Saltburg. They killed the coastal gun and were trying to push into Saltburg through the seaport. Dude, I got a screenshot. I've never seen so many bodies
Yeah,
in
actually,
one spot.
if you want to post that screenshot to this chat over here, that was fucking hilarious, dude. But
I'll have to copy it over
yeah, that's
from
fine.
the other one.
But all in all, the dislikes of the war. I like the storm cannon changes. I like the building changes. I really like though, and I'll give credit where credit's goddamn due. I loved how the Wardens didn't give up. Even in the last fucking 10 minutes, they tried to go tap Ogmaron. God damn it if I didn't say they were good fucking adversaries, dude. They were good fucking enemies to have. Like, there was a lot of scummy shit throughout the war on both sides, but fuck me, was I happy with every fucking inch we had to take or lose. It was a hard fought victory or loss. And that's the coolest part to me. And I think my mood would be changed a little bit if we had lost this war. I think it's really funny that collies have a worse win-loss record, but we have the biggest wins under our belts. War 100 this war.
The wars that matter. We got
You
'em.
gloat posting, get me out.
No, but seriously though, like, I'll even say though, this is probably my favorite war I've played in. But my second favorite war is the war I lost, and that's War 93, where they beat our ass, but we fought till the bitter end. It feels very similar, and man, I liked it. I really want to ask you guys though about this change, and Juice Nimbus just brought this up, and I really wanted to ask how you guys felt about breachable health on pieces. How did you guys like that? How did you guys like the, with the concrete? I know I was mad about that, and I still think there's some changes to be made.
You're real mad about that.
Oh, I was fucking fuming. I made a Reddit post about it. I was that mad. I went to Reddit raging, dude. But, I want to ask you guys, I want an in-depth answer. What do you guys, how did you feel about the breachable health and how it changed the game?
Well, so I'll start on that one. Rolling back to what you said earlier about the joys and the feel good about actually building now. I think the breachable health actually creates an extra layer, right? Because usually, you PvE a piece until the whole thing dies. But with this new breachable health, there's a chance that they just pop what they need. It adds an extra layer on offense and defense, right? So, like, let's say you got a piece and it's got one ATG on it. Your tanks are moving up. They breach the ATG. Now your tanks can PvE that piece for free, right? And it's up to your infantry to repel it so we can get it back up. If it's an infantry piece and you can PvE and you breach, say, an MG garrison, right? Now your infantry can get in, hydrate, havoc, satchel charge, whatever. Right? But it also adds that layer of defense for your infantry because now you got to pull.
Oh, you were breaking up there.
Am I good now?
Lagging. Yeah, you're good now. Okay, you were lagging a little bit, but you're good.
Okay. Yeah, there's another phone call coming, a little spam call. Fucking telemarketers. But it adds a layer of defense to it because now your infantry, you have to pull people from that, and you can go pull those pieces up by themselves. You can rebuild that, and that's actually part of the reason why we held Stoneplank so hard there because we watched them roll in early war, and they rolled through all the way up to our tier 2 bunker at Stoneplank. And we held that. We had people constantly repairing the left and right bear traps, constantly, and they couldn't get through it. We pushed them back like 3 times, I think, before they finally rolled it once. Like we held it hard, and it was all thanks to that breachable aspect of it, right? And then later on, we see as the war developed and people started learning, it was a little bit easier to kind of push through those breach points and actually make plays out of it. So the learning curve was quite large, but I think breachable health adds an extra layer that makes it a little bit more fun because now you got to think more tactically and it pays off more in the long run. Feels better.
Yeah, I agree.
And yeah, I agree. In my opinion, breachable health made the game a lot more tactical in terms of how you assault bases. Correct. There were a lot of situations where we rocked up to either tier 2 slot bases or like proper tier 3 concrete bases. And we literally like looked at the design of the meta pieces and we would go, oh, okay, they only have like one rifle that can cover this particular area. And if we take out this rifle, then we can just rush in with Havocs and we can start destroying stuff. And there were certain situations, more so for partisan work as opposed to frontline combat. Because frontline things get a little bit chaotic because, you know, there's actual people that are constantly defending. But when we did partisan work, there were actually situations where we would, you know, target a rifle garrison, we would get inside the piece, and then we would figure out a snake way to like get to a particular spot where we can take something out. And funnily enough, this war, before things got very stalematey with the storm cannons in Farnack Coast, there were situations where we would literally sneak into bases. We would destroy engine rooms because if once you destroy the engine room, it would power down the defenses at night. But it also, very importantly, disabled fire suppression. And then after we would destroy an engine room, we would show up with flamethrower backpacks afterwards, and we would put one meta piece on fire. And if it was a tier 5 wind, the entire base goes down, even if the other pieces had fire suppressions on it. And this mechanic was only possible because of the breach mechanic. On top of the fact that you can now reliably snipe storm cannons if you get close enough. So again, a decent partisan group can just take out a storm cannon. And if they didn't have the resources or if they didn't have a bunker core ready to like give tech back to rebuild it, that storm cannon was just out of action for 48 hours, if not permanently. And again, the breach mechanic was great for that. I will say my ultimate summary when it comes to the breach mechanic overall is, if I can basically just sum it up in one statement, is it punishes laziness. If your bunker piece gets breached and you don't do anything, you are going to die. Your base is going to die. So therefore, constant QRF, making sure that you have materials handy, basically, as long as you're not lazy, your base will survive longer than it needs to, and it can also still fight back. There were certain situations where we would hit a meta piece, we would like accidentally breach a piece that we weren't expecting, and now another piece of the bunker had a better angle of attack to get us. I distinctly remember we were in a tank line and we hit we were trying to destroy an AT piece, but my gunner accidentally like forgot to wait for the bloom to set in, and he shot an MG piece. The MG piece got destroyed and it collapsed, and then the AT garrison now had a better angle of attack, and it shot and it killed us. So it had some epic moments in it as well, but ultimately, you know, they came in, they QRF'd, they repaired it, and then, you know, we kind of lost that fight, and that was fine, and, you know, we tried again another day. But breaching mechanic, it punishes laziness, and it actually goes both ways. There was one situation where our bases got storm cannoned across the border into Westgate, and it breached one of our tier 3 pieces that was completely dry concrete, but it got breached, and they kind of sniped the core. And then a lot of wardens were just like, oh, this piece is now dead because it doesn't have AI and it's breached, so like who cares about it? Then what I did is, like, as the wardens were driving past and building a bunker core behind it, I snuck in through the breach, jumped in and a rifle garrison, and I just started shooting wardens and Logi getting through, and I sniped a CV as they were trying to tap a core, and that kind of like killed a push. And again, breaches punishes laziness, and I think that's the best way that I can summarize the entire breach mechanic. Is like, if you're lazy about not fixing it, you're gonna get fucked. If you're lazy with, it's now destroyed and we can just ignore it, you're gonna get fucked. And you can punish mistakes like that. And it felt really, really good. And it's reactive gameplay, not just, oh, my bunker piece died, I'll just rebuild it. It's actually like QRFing it, fixing it, building it back up on both sides. So yeah, I loved it. It's a great game mechanics. I don't know why it wasn't added earlier. Good job, devs.
So another thing,
I think my favorite part was from last night with the Ares. When we ran out of ammo and that 75 pallet, we started breaching the rifle and MGs and whatnot, and we had like 8 dudes loading up the tank from that pallet because the only thing left was ATG. That felt really good.
That was a one-off chance. So just to give a backstory to that, We were in the Aries pushing Brody Town, and we dove, and we literally were almost full auto with both barrel. Boom, 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 boom. Just fucking dumpstering tanks, AT, like everything we could. We had like 6 shots left, and we saw a pallet of 75, and we had no ammo, but in reserve, like we had went through everything, and we found a pallet of the enemy 75, but there was a rifle, concrete, and then an ATG beside it. So we're like, you know what? We got 6 shots, and people were trimming it a little bit. We popped the shit out of that rifle pill, or the rifle garrison. All the dudes infantry threw smokes on the pallet, fucking grabbed the 75 and ran it right back to our tank. And it was just really cool. And so the Aries got ammo, and so they were like, you know, it was just really cool. And that's a really one-off example, but it was cool. And yeah, actually, Nemasari, he's in chat. He was like, I was the one throwing the smoke. I helped load your tank. Like, yeah, it was cool, dude. Like, it was a really cool situation.
It was really nice to see everybody come together on a
yeah,
front line
dude.
like that.
And another really cool thing I really want to give praise to the devs for, because I talk a lot of shit on those guys, but god damn it if I don't love their game, and I also want to praise them for when they do a good job. They fix the hitboxes, which allow for so much more elaborate builds this war, and they also, like, there are some things that are, you know, not as great, but you can almost build into trees now a little bit too. Like the hitboxes, like there's some work to do. Don't get me wrong, but good fucking
Still
job on
better.
that. You know, we can make it better, but I want to give them where it is, dude. Like there was not as many fucked up like hill bullshit and tree. Like you could build around a lot more stuff than ever before, and that was really cool too. We got some really good builds in this war. And, you know, Nimbus, I do think, you know, some numbers could be tweaked on the breachable health. I do like how they did just adjust. If you guys have seen the patch notes, they halved the damage on tier 1 ATGs, and they significantly reduced distance on tier 1 howitzers. I do think the reason this war went on as long as it did was push bunkers had full tech immediately pretty much, and they could be having howitzer retail and fucking, you know, every kind of retaliation immediately almost, and at full health, full damage. And, you know, if it died, whatever, but if you got it to tier 2, whippy, if it stayed long enough to concrete it, thank God. You know, and it just kept going in that vicious cycle of, if you're a defender, you know, and you have already positioned on it, you're hammering as hard as you can, but they have so many people just trying to hit the fucking howitzer, and they finally get it up, and then every time you shoot, you're going to get retail. That fucking sucked. So I'm glad they're making some changes, and I'm glad that they're doing a few different things to make the building a little bit in check, because I do feel, as much as I love the engineering and how strong it was, and as I know that 300 was the fucking, that's the outlier here. Every other situation, I felt building was almost, in fairness, a little too strong. And I'm glad they're making these tweaks. At least tier 1. Tier 2 I felt was very in check. And but I'm glad they're making these changes to tier 1. And I'm glad that they're still giving us a chance to fight back at tier 1. You know, even though it's not as good as it was, you know, we're still not going to get mortar spammed, at least. You know, I'm glad they're giving 120s a little bit way back in, at least on tier 1, if we're smashing it early. True, but it doesn't shoot the fire. Yeah, so I don't know. I think it's really good to see, and it was really good to feel the build, and it was good to see. One of the coolest things I ever saw, and this was kind of like a Silver situation. If you guys remember Silver, the pile, it was really cool to see the Horde do provisional roads into Breaker Town. And for Bone, we were really taking the Silver stands. We took the initiative to put the LARP defenses in front of the concrete that we were trying to dry. And we were coming up. That's goddamn, that Stygian position was. I know it was good because I got a Reddit post about it. It was fucking money. But anyway, we did really hard LARP defense, and it worked. They ended up nuking that fucking town because of how good the LARP was. They pushed 5 super heavies. They sent 5 super heavies at it and lost 3. It was really cool to be and see not only Bone and Horde, because I'm not going to give credit to just us and them. A lot of people were pouring in Logi. A lot of people were bringing up good toys to defend it. People were getting on guns. People were, hey, I need sandbags. And, 5 people would fucking ruck up to you and give you your bag. And it was really cool to be immersed in that situation of teamwork where people, every regiment came together, and it was cool LARP.
But Bear, this is what we said. We said people gave a shit about bunkers now.
Exactly.
People wanted that energy. Yep. That was the thing that was missing. And the devs added all the tools. Like, literally the fact that you can build these bunker bases in weird, configurations now. The fact that you can add firing ports. The fact that people, you can do the cool Stygian thing with the sandbags and hiding it. That's the cool aspect that bunker bases was missing. Because, again, I just want to harp on this. Last time we talked about this, pre-ball, when we talked about it, was what was the problem with bunker bases? They were impenetrable concrete blocks of death that no one wants to play in and no one wants to defend because it will just solve all the problems.
It just mindlessly hammer.
Put the BMAT in the bag, bro, and then you fucking stand there and you left click. That's the engagement that people had with bunker bases. It wasn't fun to play in. It wasn't fun to play against. But now you have these stories of they had to fucking nuke us because they couldn't get in with 5 SHGs because we had a conga line. We had a conga line of Logi trucks coming in because why? The Logi drivers gave a shit. Players gave a shit about the cool Breaker Town base that you guys built.
So, you know what goes even a step further than that, though? I remember not getting mad that I didn't have enough bag room for BMATs. I was more mad that I couldn't carry enough ammo, BMATs, a rifle, and bandages and shit in my bag to get shit into the bunker for everyone. I'd be like, all right, I'm bringing up 2 fucking belts and 80 BMATs. All right, boys, I'm bringing up the fucking grenades. And everyone was in a panic, and everyone was like, all right, did it. And it was really cool because everyone had a job, and everyone had a fucking duty, and everyone was trying to help the peace in the way they could, and it was LARP. It was good LARP, pure LARP. 100% grass-fed, pure LARP, baby. It was mint, and it was fun.
That's good.
And it was everyone that wanted to everyone wanted a piece of it, And even though some people weren't buying into the LARP and it was just another front for them, a lot of people were buying in. A lot of people wanted to help. And then when it worked, it made people buy in. The buy-in is in now. You can get people to buy into your defense, to the LARP, to the game. You can get people excited.
Up until now, the LARP was just LARP, but now it serves a purpose. I mean, even in Dev Branch, when we were messing around with the bunker pieces, we put together LARP, actual modification LARPs, just to kind of add to it. When we were actually developing the bear trap, I threw that command room in that back piece next to the Howie in the engine room. You could just stand there and just be like, hey, we need more MG, or 12-7 on the left side of the bear trap. The LARP actually means something now, and it's kind of nice.
It's cool.
I love it.
Let's shift gears real quick, because there's another thing I want to talk about. And this was one of the more not as flashy changes that came in this patch, and I was really hoping to get you guys' opinion about this, because you guys are the frontline guys, as opposed to me. I mean, I do partisan stuff, and I sometimes fight on the front, but you guys are the guys in the trenches with rifles in your hands all day. The changes to hit registration. do you guys feel like there's been any shift in frontline weapon meta? Because there's a couple ones that I felt this war, and I was wondering if you guys
Massive
felt it too.
Massive.
All I saw was fucking Rooster go. I fucking knew
Booker.
exactly what gun he
The
was talking.
Booker.
Fuck
Oh,
me,
that is
bro.
right.
Oh
But, okay, but
my
to be
god,
fair-
that was so
To
funny,
be
bro.
fair, the Booker and the Fashina. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Calm down. Whoa, breathe.
Dude,
The
you
Fashina
have no
too.
clue.
The Fashina too. Okay, get it out just as the fucking bench. He's
Bro,
just laughing.
dude, you have no idea. So the reason that's so funny. So Rooster and I were getting goddamn cooked by this gun like 6 times. We're raging in the fucking Bone Discord. And fucking Ducky goes, it's just a skill issue, dude. It's not that good. Dusk is better. And he's fucking just
And like
making
10
us.
minutes later, he gets melted by
Oh,
a Booker.
bro. And then he goes, man, that thing's fucking OP. And we're like, dude, we're gnawing our fucking teeth. And I knew as soon as you brought that up, that's why he went, oh, and like that. And I fucking knew exactly what he was talking about. I knew exactly what you were talking about. Because fuck me, did that rifle feel so good. Fuck me, did the fucking
And you say Fashina, right?
No, it's
Fashina
good. The Fashina was really good.
Fashina's good, dude.
doesn't compare though.
Well,
It
it's
just doesn't
792
compare.
versus
It's a BMAT
762.
it's a BMAT gun versus an RMAT gun.
Yeah,
Of course, the
I mean, it
RMAT
makes
gun should be
sense.
better.
But fuck me, dude. If I didn't say that gun meta shifted, like I stopped seeing Fiddler spam as hard, and I definitely started seeing Booker spam, and I was like,
It was straight Booker spam.
oh my
I
god,
can't tell you how
every
many Bookers
dude,
I pulled off the front.
every dude had one, and I was like, you know, I said the Booker was really good a while ago, like it was like 2 wars ago, I think when they first buffed it. And this is before they changed the hit reg. I'm like, man, this gun, like, when it hits, it hits. And everyone's like, dude, you're full of shit. That gun's ass. And then I think it was just this where they did the hit reg thing. Fuck me, dude. If I didn't see
But
every
first-
trench, it was
First weapons are
good.
much better, yeah.
And
Yeah, it's good.
I think it was really solid. Now, be that as it may, I do think this is just a little personal opinion because it's my favorite gun. I literally named one of my goldfish after this gun because I love it so much. I do think one gun that does need to be lifted off from its pedestal as it sits, I think the Katara needs to be a little bit more accurate. That gun with this new hit reg, it does not feel good. And I'm not saying it because I want it to be OP, but I remember they nerfed it a while ago to make it a little bit more inaccurate, and that's fine. It was really OP before. But now with this new hit reg, Katara, it doesn't feel as good anymore. And to be honest, I'd rather have a Dusk. And I don't like how our specialized weapon kind of got thrown below where I feel like its stature should be. That's one gun I do miss. And that's one gun you said one gun that feels off meta now. I remember that used to be like creme de la creme. That was like you wanted to pick those up. And now it kind of feels meh. As to like the Fashina, I want a Fashina in my hands. I want to get a Dusk. Dusks feel really good now. Like, goddamn, the Booker feels good. A lot of these guns that were off meta feel really good now. And a lot of guns that were meta kind of got shifted down. And it's a good to mix it up. But I do feel like as an RMAT gun, I feel like the Katara is one of the worst bang for bucks you can get right now. I really do.
Yeah.
You know what gun doesn't get enough credit? Katina.
Hey,
I love that gun.
That
I love
gun.
it so much.
Katina's good.
That's still a
Katina's
good
decent.
gun.
Yeah. It's still a good
I
gun.
love that gun.
Surprisingly as well, pitch gun. Pitch gun was actually, I would say,
I actually used
okay.
it. You're
I will
right.
say this much: I've actually beaten fiddler duels with the pitch gun.
I
so
believe it.
It's a decent secondary now because of the hit rate changes. Like I actually like the pitch gun. Unironically,
I do too.
If you tap, if you're in a tank commander seat and you tap someone that's trying to stick you, they stagger. They're immediately staggered.
Ask Rooster.
And then you just roll up and finish
I
them.
never
Yeah.
used the pitch gun. And this war, I was like, man, this is kind of hitting. And when we were,
Yeah.
I remember specifically pushing in. This is right before you came up. We were pushing into Port Rhyme, and I remember having a pitch gun in a Bardiche. Or no, it wasn't Bard. It was a Nemesis. I was in a Nemesis.
You
And I
actually,
remember
you actually saved us.
I saved us a few times that night, shooting dudes down with the pitch gun, and I was like, when the fuck did this gun become okay? And
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that's actually one gun that did get a lot of benefit out of that hit reg.
We had one scenario where, because you know me, I love the Quadish, right? So I spent a decent amount of time in the Quadish this war. But surprisingly, so whenever I do Quadish, I do commander seat. I just love shooting the rockets. It's the big boom. It's the fun. But on situation where it was just infantry and we just had to use the 12.7, my 12.7 gunner had free reign to just shoot anything I want. I just popped out the commander hatch. I pulled out a pitch gun and I would stagger people for him that got too close. No, dude, no. Pitch gun is in a really good spot. And the best part is you actually feel like its draw speed is actually worth it now. Even if it is only 15 bullets, you know those 15 bullets are at least gonna stagger or straight up down or just straight up kill. So I felt that the Fashina, the pitch gun, the Booker, all feel really good this patch. I mean, we all hate playing against the Booker. It was really rough. It could probably see some changes to like the mag size, but I'm not going to cope about it. I think it's fair that Wardens get a decent storm rifle now. They've always had the best SMG, decent storm rifle now. They could the devs previously increased or like doubled the clip of the Booker because they felt that it was more of a suppression gun as opposed to a kill gun. Now it's a kill gun. I think that change can come back a little bit just to balance things out a little bit. But the stopping power on the Booker was great. And the only final thing that I felt with infantry gear, for me personally, again, being partisan guy, I felt that a lot of Warden tankers that had the secondary shotgun would fucking insta-kill me if I got too close to their tank.
That shotgun is...
I use that thing all the time.
There were situations where I would get next to a bone law. You know when you're next to a bone law with a sticky, it's gonna fucking die. It is dead. A bone law can't get it can't do anything. If you get next to a bone law with a sticky, it's dead, right? There were like 3 instances where I would get next to the bone law, sticky in the tread, sticky on the turret. It's fucked. It's dead, right? The commander would jump out, pull out the shotgun and down me, and they would just repair and get away. And I was like, fuck, that's insane. So I don't know if there's something weird going on with the Warden secondary, but it is an insta kill. It is an insta down, insta kill gun if a commander jumps out or if a tanker jumps out and they pull it out, dude. It is so good.
No, insta kill guns. Do you want to talk about the snipers?
I actually do. I actually think now with the changes to the Valiant Flak Vest, with the infantry update,
Thank God someone else said it. Yes.
Our snipers actually have a decent fighting chance. I know the Raka one-shots you, but our dudes, our infantry are winning sniper duels because of the fucking vest. And I actually had a yap about this on FOD the other day. The reason why we are slightly ahead now in the sniper duels and it feels really good is Flak Vest plus the Auger gives you 40 rounds to play with. The counter to that is the Raka with the breastplate. That only gives you 15 rounds. A 40-round sniper will beat a 15-round sniper in the long run on a battlefield situation any day of the week. And it actually feels good. And on top of that, a soft counter to snipers is shrapnel mortars, right? Like, mortar tag, half track, dude with a mortar to layer the area. Guess what? The fucking Valiant Flak Vest has a natural resistance against shrapnel mortar. It's good for once. So snipers, yeah, sure. It still sucks getting fucking one tap by the Raka and the Raka was spammed. But sniper duels, it actually feels nice for us to have a decent sniper and a one tap sniper with the quick hatch. Yes, it requires more logi, but okay, you're talking to a logi guy. I don't give a fuck. I have 1,000 crates of everything, regardless of what it is. I have 1,000 crates of all of it. So it comes down to their performance on the battlefield.
One thing I do not like in the sniper region, though, I'm okay with them getting a one shot. That does not bother me in the slightest bit. One thing I do think, and Marine Veteran will love me for saying this, I do think they need to equal out in their range. I do not think it's right that they do not have the same range, because the Warden Sniper has like almost 5 to 8 meters, I think, distance on the auger, and I'm okay with it. It's, dude, yeah, oh yeah. Hold on.
No, you got your wires crossed. No, we have the range on them.
No, we do not. I'm being 100. I went and looked this. I did not believe that until I went and looked. I'm going to show you on the Foxhole Wiki right now. We do not have range on the Rocca. Here we go. It's on.
Wiki fight.
Look right here.
Wiki battle.
I have it right here. Wiki battle.
I'm opening a stream.
Wiki battle. Where's the Rocca?
Oh shit, bro! Did your channel get monetized? Hell yeah.
Let me look here. Go Clancy Rocca. Their distance is 57 to 62.5. Now I need to go to Colonial. So remember, 57 to 62. Okay.
Yeah, 57 plus 5. Yeah, I got it.
We're 54 to 59. They outrange us.
Oh, really?
That's where I thought the change is really bullshit. And I think this does. I don't like that factor that they have more range than us.
Oh shit. Okay. Oops. Glasses. And a quick catch. What does the quick catch equal out on? I know it's more expensive, but what does the quick catch do?
It's
you'll have to go to AT. It's classified as it's classified as an AT rifle for some fucking reason.
That's all AT shit. Maybe I have to go into a different heavy weapons.
It's a tab. Yeah, you got it. Quick catch. 52 to 57.
Yeah, so we're still outrange there too. It's not a big deal, like I said, but I do think it is ridiculous.
I don't think it's that big of a deal.
It's a small argument to be had, but it is an argument to be had that they do get a one shot and they do outrange us. It's not my favorite situation. And do I think snipers really do a decisive outcome on the war? Not entirely. I mean, they are important, and I think they're good, and I think they're annoying, especially at keeping guns decrewed. Like machine guns, or even,
that's
one
their
big
biggest thing, I think, is decrewing like replaced guns.
And I think I think they're really solid, but again, they're not gonna be like as impactful as like a tank being way overbalanced. You know what I mean? Like, it's not drastically gonna fuck the war up. But it is something that I did get notified by Marine Veteran. He found that out. He went stat diving. He's a sniper freak. He doesn't want to admit it, but that's all that motherfucker likes to do. He finds a rocket. He's like, oh, goddamn, boys, I found it. He gets like a little fucking Popeye, hit the fucking heels, jump in the air type thing. He does that. And so, it's not a big thing, but it is kind of annoying.
It's not really. Yeah, okay, that's fair.
But like I said, just small things. I do think I do want to talk about another change that I am really kind of worried about, but I am very excited about. I think the Ignifist getting the double track and double thing for engines, I'm going to be honest, devs, I think you're going right down the exact same fucking path as when you did it with the goddamn flasks. I don't think this is going to be a great mechanic for when there is 10 dudes and we fucking flask or engine and fucking track a super heavy. It's going on FOD.
Hey,
it's going on Reddit.
Hey, Bear. Shut the fuck up.
Bear, I'm fair where I'm fair.
I want the fucking good Ignifest, Bear. I'm the fucking partisan that sleeps, that the wardens fucking, like, have nightmares about. Dude, I'm the dude who fucking loves to, like, bring, like, Ignifest. Like, ask any of my HVL guys. I love the Igni gang, bro.
I do too. I'm just saying, I am fair where I think it is fair, and I'm not going to sit there and have a double standard. I thought the flask was bullshit, and I see a potential. Now, I understand this does not auto-equip, and it's not an explosive where if we fucking miss, it's going to track them either. But I am cautious of this change because just as mad as I was, I don't want to sit there and be a hypocrite and sit there and be like, I think it's fair for us to get this, but not you. There are changes.
The only redeem.
It's not
I hear you,
auto-quit.
but the only redeem. The only redeeming factor besides the auto quit, the only redeeming factor on is it can bounce, whereas the flash couldn't bounce.
That's a fair saying or a fair
I will.
point.
I will say this much: Ignifists is going to punish tankers that don't get their shit fixed. So it's like it's going to be even though it's a like tracking and fueling and like weapon. I do feel like if there is an outlaw that's been out on the field and it has just shit armor and the fucking guys don't want to get the armor repaired, if you have like 1 or 2 Ignifists, you can punish the fuck out of it. I don't think Ignifists will do much against full armor. They never have. I almost never take Ignis out against full armor, but god damn, if I pull out my binos and I see like 4 or 5 outlaws or an SCD or a battle tank that has all of its armor stripped, it's been in the dogfight for a while, I will hell yeah bring up some Ignifists to finish it off. And I think the subsystem modifier it'll punish tankers that over rely on the fact. And we might even see like some weird fucking metas where you have a couple dudes with Dawns go out and you just Dawn all the tanks to shred their armor, and then afterwards you come in with Igni Gang and finish it off.
Well, here's my thing. That's not even what I'm going. My and I'll even tell you guys my secret because you can't fucking stop it. What I'm telling the Bone Boys to do is to get the leader of the Sticky Gang to have an Igni, and the rest just go pummel that ass with Stickies. We're going to have Sticky Gangs go hard, and just the one dude with an Igni, bink, take that high chance for a fucking bounce. But if you hit and you track, that's a dead fucking tank right there. You're looking at a dead man. And
I do have to bounce, guys.
Yeah, hey, appreciate you, Rooster. Thank you. You're good.
Yeah, of course,
Rooster. Nice talking to you.
Yeah.
Peace out.
So he was impromptu. He was like, dude, I want to join, but I got to go back to work. And I'm like, it's fine, dude. Welcome. You're good.
Yeah, we can always have another powwow another time. No, but I was kind of scared when he started talking about the Booker. I could feel that energy, dude. Jesus, the Booker did something to you guys as well, brother.
Bro, like you're not a 8 hours on the front line kind of guy. Like you do a lot of logic. You do it like when you are running out there and you're getting gunned down probably like 5 times in a row by the same fucking gun, and you can't even get to cover. Fuck me. And then your friends start fucking trying to rage bait you, dude. Like, oh my god, I wanted to cuss Ducky out so bad. He was pissing us off.
Dude, the funniest part is there's a guy in our regiment, Life Sword, my favorite scooper, dude. This dude literally, just to give you an idea who this guy is, he delivered 1 billion BMATs this war solo. 1 billion. Okay? This dude went hard on the Logi. He just lives in the salvage mines. I liked Life Sword. He's such a cool guy. He went into FOD and he just said Booker OP, and he had like 30 Warden vets like DM him, like saying, shut the fuck up, it's fine, it's nothing, don't let the devs see anything. I hosed myself laughing at the fact I was like, dude, I went to the vets, I went to like the leader of V, like Kuan, right? He's very active on FOD. And I said, Kuan, you know that this dude, all he does is BMATs. Like he has like 30 million supply value gathered this war. And all he said was Booker OP, and all of V is on FOD yelling at him. That's the they know. They're knowers. The Wardens know that the Booker's good. It probably needs a little bit of adjustments. I think the ammo clips need to be reduced a little bit. But it was just so funny to see the overreaction.
I'm not... And see, that's the difference between me and a lot of people in game. Because I know colleagues that do the same shit. And everyone wants the strong shit, bro. And the thing is, for me, right... I want a fair game. I don't want the Booker to go back to being dog shit. I like that they have a rifle that hurts us. And when we see it and we're like, when we are fighting fronts that have them actively and we're seeing them all over, we are going out of our way to kill them and bring them back to our bunkers. Much like people say, bring back their cutlers, bring back their Laniers. I'm yelling, bring back their fucking Bookers. I want our guys with those guns. I don't like the fact that they can't have OP shit. I don't like the fact that we can't have OP shit. I'm cool with them having a gun that makes us gnaw our teeth. I am okay with it as much as it... Oh my God, as much as it made us mad in the Discord, and we would just fucking roast each other, dude. And when Ducky got mad, I felt so good rage baiting him. The little bastard said, the Booker's OP! That thing fucking one burst me 3 times. I'm like, Skillish, you dude, get better. Go on FOD, buddy. And he just fucking left the call, bro.
Reddit QRF.
Oh, man, you know? And... it's just like, to me, bro, everything's got a little bit of I love the idea of that Battlefield Bad Company 2 did. They never nerfed shit. They made shit stronger. Everything's OP. Everything's OP, then everything's good.
No.
You know, I don't like this. Everything needs to be micro-adjusted to be perfectly right on the... It's asymmetry, dude. I want OP shit. I'm going to pick my OP shit. You have your OP shit. Let's clash. And I think that's the biggest point in the game. And I think people get so mad that the other side has OP equipment. They focus and they get so hell-bent on this is OP. We can't, do anything to this. It's like, okay, we'll do the same shit on our side that they can't defend against. And you do it enough, like, I mean, let's be honest. This war, we fucking spam nukes. They couldn't out-spam us. Fuck your Booker. Fuck your front. Fuck your HCDs. Fuck your supers. Fuck everything you're going to have. We'll just fucking nuke you. Fuck your conch.
Yeah. Actually, this leads into the final thing I wanted to ask you. But you talked about it a little bit earlier, but I want to dial it in. How do you feel colonial culture was this war? Like, good, bad? What do you think? What was your impression? Just in general, like logging every day, you see in world chat, you see in the strategies people are putting out, you see the involvement. Better or worse? What do you think this war? What are you feeling?
I'm going to answer this in a way that I don't think a lot of people are going to appreciate, but I think old vets will. The collies, if a lot of the old vets are going to remember, in my opinion, when I say we were the brotherly love faction, you're going to know what I mean. And what that means is, for a lot of you guys, is when a good play happens, you're really harping on your guys that they did a good fucking job. And like when 404th, for example, when 404th went and stickied that bluefin, most of those guys don't speak English. But I went out of my way to find someone that speaks English in there and tell them that was a awesome fucking play. And I'm mad at them that they didn't fucking invite me. Obviously, I'm a streamer. I'm glad they didn't fucking invite me. But it was the principle of going out of the way to tell them they did a good job. It was going out of the way to help your friends where you could. Funnily enough, I don't know how big of a fucking hassle it was. Bone was short some rocket trucks. I went to HVL. They're across the fucking map from us, mind you. They helped us out. It was a fucking hassle. They probably had to pull someone off the front to give us the trucks, whatever it was. It was the stamina, and it was people helping each other out. We didn't need to be on the exact same page on every single play. People were willing to dive tanks when you said fucking dive. It's not even a trust thing. It was more of a... The collies are adapting to this be friends or lose mentality, and you're seeing it all over the place. People are helping each other build. I'm going to give a big shout out right fucking now, and I hope someone from CAF is watching this. Thank God you guys were in our lane. Thank fuck you guys were in our lane. Those guys would watch my stream. I asked for a Stygian bolt after we traded our Stygian for a super heavy. I had 2 dudes from CAF in chat. I'll have a heavy hauler and a Stygian ready for you to pick it up. It wasn't even a fucking, I need a payment. When are you going to pay that? Come get it.
Yeah.
The best fucking feeling in the world. I was with Calf Airy, and we would do BTs, Spartas, whatever you fucking name it. We would just say, hey, let's go do this. Let's go crack it out. It wasn't even a question. He just trusted me, and I trusted him. We are the commanders of each other's tanks, relatively. I didn't fucking care. If he said we're going to go kill something, I trusted him enough to go do it. Whether it costed my tank or not, I didn't care. I was down to go help him, and he was down to go help me when I needed it. And
Yeah.
time and time again, I saw it more and more this war. People were more selfless and more for the win than they were about their own shit.
Yes. Yeah.
It was so cool to see that brotherly love thing come back. And don't there's some sisters too, but you get my point though. It was a very selfless war. We didn't all have to be on the exact same page, but it was a very selfless thing. A lot of people were more willing to yeet things for the win, and that was baller. Like, seeing people willing to sacrifice, even super heavies. I saw a fucking super heavy yeet for a BT, and I was like, that's some goddamn grit, dude. That's badass.
Yeah. I will say that in all my like last couple of months playing in like coordinated regimental play, I have never seen collaboration to this scale since War 122. It was really good where people just I really feel like the colonial faction as a whole was super energized for this war. And yeah, things started to droop off a little bit like mid-July, end July, like start August, just because of just general burnout. But
And it was summertime.
when
People got shit to do.
when the nukes started to land and we started seeing ground finally moving after like the fucking month-long stalemate, the amount of collaboration, the amount of like yeeting that you say started happening was insane. Like it was genuinely good. We genuinely had people like yelling out like, hey, we need like this amount of rare metals to finish a nuke part, or we need this, we're trading a BT for this, or we're trading this for that. And people were more than happy to like swap out materials without, second guessing what things were going to be used for. I mean, specifically for us, our doomsday moment this war was when 82DK and JKL each put a nuke up at the same time. When that happened, all of a sudden, like T3C like dropped whatever the fuck they were doing, and they're like, no, we need to kill this. We need this to stop. We can't let this happen. What do we do? Where do we go? Where do we attack from? And all of Seoul got together and we're like, we need to collaborate with these guys. Like 404th showed up with their and they were like, give us rocket trucks, and everyone just yeeted rocket trucks at 404th. They're like, here, take it. Those Russian guys hopped the border. They tried to kill it. Wasn't very successful. But a couple of hours later, those same rocket trucks, now being crewed by Royal, came in, and they fucked up all the engine parts that was powering the storm cannons that allowed us to get the RC in to fuck up the southern nuke. And once the southern nuke was dead, Seoul finished the northern nuke with our nuke. And that level of collaboration I have not seen on the Kali side for a decent amount of fucking time. The last time I saw it was near the end of 122, and then obviously the devs cucked us by cutting the war short.
I will say,
to see it play out, what felt so good. And for your shout out for Kath, my shout out is just like everyone who collaborated with helping kill those nukes. I can't list them all, but T3C, 404th, SOM, 1CMD, everyone who was fighting to kill those nukes. It was great.
Well,
that level of we actually felt like colonials for once. The actual literal word like term. We're all in our little islands. We're all in our little bubbles. We're all in our own little coalition. But at the end of the day, we rally behind that green banner and we fuck shit up, and it felt amazing. And we had that moment when those double nukes went down. Fuck yeah, it felt good. It felt fucking good to be on the green side.
I will say, dude, so I know exactly what you're talking about. So, like, it started, and I could only tell from, like, Bones' play. Like, I didn't play on West Coast, right? But like on the East Coast, as soon as that first storm cannon went up from 404th, everyone
Yeah.
rallied to 404th, dude. Bone was laying down concrete. Calf was like, "What do you need to build this?" I'm like, "I need 10 pallets of conch." Boom, they shipped it. Boom, I laid conch.
Yep.
Boom,
Yep.
I was laying blueprints. I had 30 dudes digging. We had fucking Logi. We had anti-partisan equipment. We had fucking QRF fix. It started with that, and as soon as that happened and their storm cannon was up, I got with a 404th leader. I said, I'm going to open up and have them turn all their arty and all their direction towards IJ. I'm going to have, that's when I got those rocket trucks. Funnily enough, the rocket trucks you gave me. We pounded the ever-living fuck out of their concrete and hurt it. I watched as the storm cannon came down and cracked and finished off all the concrete. And I mean, Foundy wiped it. All of it gone. That was fucking sick. And then to top it, Bone didn't bank a facility this war, guys. And I don't know if you guys have really watched my stream, but as soon as BTs were out, Bone was in a BT 90% of the time. Me in a BT. And I don't have facilities. Oh, yeah.
Toxic, pillow, pop PvE, LARPers, the whole lot of them.
Come on, dude. Duh. But anyway, so the funny part of it is we had 4 BTs, 2 BTDs, and an Ares. And I didn't pay a fucking dime for any of them. Because people... Oh, goddamn
Socialist.
Right. Hey, dude, streamer privilege. What can I say? This is the Colonials BT, not the fucking 404.
Oh, no, it's worse. Chad, it's worse. He's a sugar baby.
That's right. No, but I had a dude, shout out to Ray from Pain. He was hooking us up with free BTs. He was a good friend of Bones. And the Ares was actually really funny how we came along that. And it was a Chinese regiment. And they were like, hey, war's over for us. First one of the Ares gets it. And you bet your fucking ass I dropped everything I had to go get my fucking hands on those keys.
Bro, you'd be amazing in my hobo squad. I think you need to join HVL hobos one more. We literally have a homeless squad. We're like, we don't build anything. We just scavenge and steal whatever we can, whatever it's available.
I
Little
mean,
black goods inside the road. Free BT for me.
You know, but in all seriousness though, like people were just supporting us, right? Like,
yeah, that's the point.
Vice versa. People were just willing because a lot of regiments, in my opinion, had a really bad problem, and not saying hoard, but they hoarded a lot of their equipment.
Yes.
I feel like that has not exactly been 100% gotten rid of, but I feel like a lot of people, like I remember 404th, another shout out to them, as soon as we started losing town right above Saltbrook. Brackish. As soon as you started looting Brackish, they released their full stockpile. Everyone did. It wasn't like, they were already in the town hall. People were preemptively, so we didn't lose shit, giving everything they could. And it made the difference because we actually ended up taking back the town because we had the equipment to do it. And I'm beating a dead horse at this point, but I think what I want to hammer home is Colonials feel like they're getting that brotherly love faction back. And the identity isn't so much more that we are infantry focused anymore. And I think now we're really trying to hone in on what we really are, and that's a spam faction.
I was going to say low pop PvE trash faction, but yeah, no, I agree. We are the MPF. We are the MPFs. The MPF faction. Yeah.
What's one and the same? Low pop PvE trash doesn't mean.
True.
It's the same guy, dude.
Nemesis Tremolos did this, dude.
Yeah. Hey, don't say that word, dude. You just fucking pissed off 20 wardens, dude. That word, Lanier and Trem, that's a trigger word for them now.
True.
Fuck me.
All right. Well, here's my final thoughts on the war, though. I really felt like we put the Colonial faction finally played together. I really hope this stays true in future wars. I know from our side at least, next war we're gonna take a break. HVL's, bro, like like 69-day war where we went full hog from day one to day end. We had a lot of regiments who kept begging us for Atariuses. We had to give it to them. We had to see them have all the fun and farm all the clips on Twitch and on YouTube. No, I'm just joshing. It really felt like it was one of the wars where I felt like we were not just isolated in Red River. We were not just doing our own thing. Yeah, sure, we still played in a big coalition with Sol, but Sol reached out and we worked a lot with the rest of the faction, and it felt great. And again, shout out to like everyone that got involved in attacking the nukes. That was a great collaborative moment. I find it really funny that a lot of like salty Warden vets said, "Oh, some couldn't kill their own nuke. They needed the rest of the faction to help them." Like, yeah, motherfucker. Fuck yeah, you guys got the rest of the faction to help you set up the nukes. Hell yeah, we're gonna call in our friends to come help kill it. Like I don't understand this point that people are trying to make. It's like Sol couldn't kill anything. They needed help from the other people. I'm like, yeah,
that's kind of giving me backwards vibes of old collies, dude. Like, what, your regiment could do it alone? You fucking dweebs! You
needed someone else to do it.
You had to play the fucking game the way it's intended. Fucking nerd! Like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know,
bro. But regardless, at the end of the day, it was also just a good fight. Like, I didn't like there was some cheesy moments, like you said earlier. There was a lot of cheesy moments from some sweaty fucking Warden partisans did stuff. Some sweaty artillery guys and colonials did some questionable things. Hopefully all of that gets resolved in bug reports. But ultimately, over the long run, over the span of 2 months, it really did feel like colleagues got together, we fought well, we fought together, and we were a faction. For the first time in a long time, we were actually like a proper, legitimate faction. And it pains me to say this, but 300 more storm cannons did this. We're no longer jaded about fucking lordships. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention, we didn't have a fucking naval museum. Oh, felt good because we were actually spending our alloys, and the wardens for once got stuck with the big old naval museum in Howell County. I don't know if you saw like the screenshots of like the Howell County like naval museum on the last day of the war. Holy cow! I'm glad our alloys were actually spent making nukes and pushing the front. So yeah, felt good.
I definitely think, and I'm gonna kind of do a "I told you so" kind of thing. I know it's not high honor, but I did say, if we had a way to check the word Navy, the collies would have a better time. And I meant it when I said it, and I still mean it. And the fact that we didn't have to play Navy to beat their Navy, and we got to do it the way we wanted to do it, which is we are a ground-based faction, which is
choice.
We had a
player
choice.
Yeah.
We had a player choice. We got to do it our way, and it worked, and our strategies worked. That makes us feel better because we get a choice, and it proves that our choice was right. But not only does it show that, it shows that it can be done. And if now this is going to be a reference point, like, I called this the Great War. Like, in my opinion, this was the Great War of Foxhole as to this point.
Yeah.
And if there's a war that stomps that, it'd be the Great War 2, because this, in my opinion, out-trumped War 100. This is the biggest scale I've ever seen. And I mean, like, I can't even fret the fucking Wardens because, dude, they were coming at us every day. Like, at some point, I really thought they were fucking cheating, dude, because I had killed so many super heavies, and they had so many more.
They were ready. That's good. And dude, the Warden War Machine was exceptional this war. The Wardens did really well. Bro. And the only people who I disdained for this war truly were like the really higher up veteran players, the Warden vets, who all just called it quits because they couldn't get anything done. I really feel bad for those guys because everyone else in the Warden faction fought tooth and nail. 82 DK gave it their fucking best on the west side. They were an amazing team to play against. JKL, with their goddamn bone laws every fucking day, it was fun to play against them, and they did an amazing work. It's only the schmucks that gave up that really should feel ashamed. Because honestly, down to the wire, fighting to the very last MPF town, it was a good war.
I
And
mean,
that's not just me coping. That is just
that's
true.
facts.
It
That's a
was a
factual.
fun war.
That was factual.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give the East Lane, KRGG. Fuck you guys, but good job. God damn it! If I was not so annoyed, every time we would take one step forward, it was the next day. It was all gone, and oh my God, was I so annoyed when I would get a big, like we would have a huge tank line, and they would come with one twice as strong, twice as big, and every day. Fuck me. And then WN and telephone. You guys did a good job, but fuck your big ships. Fuck your big ships. I swear to fuck, if I could sink every one solo, I fucking would. I would go all, I wouldn't fucking go to sleep. It was just good, dude. And like, I said it earlier. They literally fought to the last minute. They tried to go tap another town hall out of a desperation attempt. Like, that's fucking gangster. That's hard. That's metal as shit. I love that
we had a naval landing 3 times in Neverland when we tried to take when we pushed into speaking. 3 times they did like proper like long hook bluefin, frigates, and they landed, and they tried as well. So yeah, I don't know what to say. It was a tooth and nail fight to the end, and the Warden should feel really good for that war. It sucks that you got the losing screen, but it shouldn't matter.
Losing and winning,
it doesn't matter. It's all about the outcome.
And you know what? That's really ironic that I say that, because I bring up the win-loss stat a lot, but it's mainly, I think I should change my vocabulary, because it's what's fun and not, what's fair and what's not fair. And it's not so much
fun.
It's all about
take the fun pill. Take the fun pill, Bear. I love it. Yes, do it.
Well,
we have main character progression happening right now. Side character here. The main character is progressing. Yes, take the fun pill. We don't give a fuck about game balance.
Well,
is the gun good fun to play with? Is the Logi loop fun? That's all that matters. That's all that matters in this game. Is it fucking fun?
My favorite war above all, even above this one, my favorite war above all was 93. We lost that war. Like, oh my God, dude. Defending to the bitter tooth nail is some of the best gameplay you'll ever get. Because you have every tool at your disposal, no cues, and you're literally just a fucking... It's an arcade machine, bro. It's just... What the fuck? Why is that so big? My alerts.
Why is that so big?
My alert screen. My alert screen was a little fucky. YouTube's gonna get a little newt there, but dude, it's
a nuke. Got him.
I will say though, I think going forward, I do like the changes that they're trying to implement. I would really, in my opinion, since they did delay Airborne, which, thank you, devs, I think that was a good move, by the way. I really hope you do it right and do good and honestly take the time you need. But in what I would like as one of your players here and one person that really cares about this community a lot, something I would really like to see is getting a little bit better on, and I'm not really big on how all this works, but I'd really like to see a lot of time put into connection issues. I had this war near the end, a lot of connection issues. But more than that, I would really like to see you fine-tune the game. When Airborne gets here, I want a finished product, and then I want to have a really good stepping stone to go into air, if that makes sense. I really want the game to get fine-tuned exactly where you want it to get Airborne at the right foot. Because if the base game isn't set and then you add a whole bunch of stuff that we're going to have to do, you got to have a stable platform before you add. You got to have a solid foundation before you add the house, right? And I think Airborne's going to be your house. I think a lot of players are going to come back into the game. I think a lot of players are going to be looking forward to this. I know a lot of us are. Please make sure the foundation, if the best you can, make sure there's no cracks in this foundation.
Yeah,
Please.
legitimately, please give us Dev Branch for 2 months. Literally. Dev Branch has historically always run for 2 weeks. Give us 8 weeks. You will have the most passionate of players test everything to get you that perfect product. So when it ships and it goes on Steam and like, wow, big update release, big update to Foxhole, you know, all the YouTube content come out, the player base is highly energized for Airborne. Devs, if you're listening somehow magically, give us 2 months of testing. You will get your bugs out of the way. Like, bet. Absolute bet. Just give us more time to test things in the dev branch, whenever the dev branch comes up.
And you know what?
Literally, just do it.
Don't listen to the crybabies. Don't put magic boxes in. Make us grind the full system. Make sure there are
I'll do Logi.
No flaws. Yeah. And
I'll start streaming dev stream. I will stream dev stream fucking Scroop and alloys every day to make my biplane.
Well, and the other thing is, you know, as one of the guys that I would say, I don't have a voice yet in this community. I don't think I'm anything in this community other than a streamer that likes the game. As someone who I would like a voice.
You're Big Bear, the creator of the Bear Trap. Shut the fuck up.
I would like to say though, as someone that does want your game to have success, and someone that really wants and cares about this, I would say make sure that all your fucking T's are crossed and I's dotted, because when you guys go into this, like, I am willing to bet a lot that this game is going to blow the fuck up. If you already have streamers like Summit playing off stream and playing on stream, that's 9,000 players by himself that you're getting publicity. Someone else that's big streamer is going to pick it up. Big voices are going to pick your game up. Why is everyone saying my mic's kind of low? All right. How's that? Sorry guys, I don't know why it's going so low, but you know, I really want you guys to make sure that it's the best product you can have before you go, because I want to see this game grow. It's not my fucking cable, dude. It's fucking in there as best as it can fucking be. Raspberry, you little fucker. Sorry, it's chat, but I really I do want the game to be in a good spot, because I'm willing to wager your game's gonna blow up. I think when a lot of people can see and look at what this game is, I think this game has the potential to be really big, really famous, really out there. I think you could probably have to end up killing that hamster and get a guinea pig or something, because you're going to need bigger servers for how big I think this game's going to be. You know?
They're going to need a capybara and a wheel.
Yeah. You're going to need a bull, dude. You're going to need a fucking bull running these servers, all right? Plowing the fucking fields. But seriously, I mean, I think your game's going to blow up, guys. And I believe in your game. I wouldn't have 4,000 hours in your fucking game if I didn't love it. And I don't think I'm the only one that has that many hours that loves your game. Please, for the love of God, listen to your community, because we fucking love you. And we want your game to last for a lot longer, and we want to play it more.
2-month dev branch, please. 2-month dev branch. I don't want to play another war. I want dev branch badly. Like, Airborne dev branch. That is it. Yeah. Anyway, I got to bounce soon, so I'm going to do a final shout out to your Twitch chat. Twitch chat, we finally done it. We've broken him. We're finally going to see Big Bear, Shippuden, the fun edition, where he's going to start he's going to start not thinking about them high velocity, low velocity modifiers. He's just going to think like, is this gun fun to play? Is this tank fun to play? I think it's going to go down. We've seen some real Big Bear innovation happening here. Big Bear, the inventor of the bear trap. I love it.
But, you know, I always enjoy having you on here, and
yeah, same, dude. I love being here.
I thank you guys for coming in here today, and I thank you guys for taking your time out of your day. I think tonight I'm gonna do a little bit of Valheimda, and I do think that as soon as this war pops, I'm not gonna be like this lazy schmuck. Bone will be playing next war. But you know,
all I'm hearing is I need to go Warden and I need to go join 102 VK again and find the boat facility. This is what I'm fucking
you know what
hearing.
I'm saying? You ain't gonna find much, brother. We're not doing that big of a fact. But
Nope.
yeah, guys.
Brother,
No RSC's on the crane for you.
Yeah.
What's that?
RSC. We don't know what that high end gear
What's
looks
that,
like.
brother?
The fuck is that? But anyway, guys, I wanna say thank you guys for taking the time out of your day. I'm gonna end the stream here because I gotta go drop off the kiddos.
It was at this
and
moment
then
that he knew he fucked up.
I'll be back this afternoon, and I think we're gonna play some Valheim tonight. But as war start tomorrow, Bone is going to be active. So we'll hope to see you guys at war start, and don't let this fucking guy lie to you. He says he's gonna take a break. He's gonna see a couple weeks go by. He's like, you got any more of that foxhole, man? And he's gonna dive in.
True.
You know, it's too good of a game. But yeah, guys, really appreciate you guys being here. And if you guys want to tune in this Friday, we're gonna try to get another podcast going. This is a special episode because it's a war review. I'd like to do this more often for war reviews, because I think this is fun. So anyway, boys, girls, thank you guys. I'm gonna end it here. You guys have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you.